Hey everybody, Travis, your fearless leader, to let you know what happened at our annual offsite this weekend. So this is just a quick presentation that I put together to kind of explain to you guys what happened this weekend. So thanks to the Avengers for giving up their weekend. So this is not a small ask. This seems like it's really fun and relaxing, but it is a ton of work. And we actually didn't finish at the house that we had. We had to go to the Starbucks, which is this picture down here. And we stayed there extra time to make sure that we got everything covered. This was the most involved offsite we've ever had and the highest goals that we've ever set. Here's what you guys said. So thanks for filling out those surveys. You wanted to upgrade the offices, like look and feel around the office. We have plans in place to do that. You want to utilize social media more. I'll tell you something quickly. If you do an organic Facebook post, less than 1% of the people that subscribe to our page or like or follow us actually see that. That's a pay to play platform right now, which we are doing. We're doing a lot of Facebook ads. So we are going to do some more social media in terms of content repurposing and content multiplication with that and blog posts. But I just want you guys to know you could do a ton of social media stuff and no one sees it because they want you to pay for ads. If anybody has questions about that, let me know. Communication came up as an issue over a couple times, and we're going to solve that with some org board and really restarting one-on-ones and going back to internal continuing education, which we'll go over shortly. More involvement in community events. So we have a lot of community events in the forms of community education laid out. That is going to be a change in 2024. More realistic bonuses and raises for PTAs and aides. We'll go over that as well. Improved organizational structure, who does what, and in the new org board, you'll see what that is. So most of these things that you guys want to accomplish up here require increased revenue. So this comes down to helping more people that we help, the more revenue that we get. Here's the facts that most of you guys probably don't know because it's not something we share a ton, but we get paid less and less for what we do every year. Highmark cut our rates from what they used to pay in 2022 and what they did pay us in 2023. That cost us $300,000, just boop, gone, right? Because they just paid us less than what they used to pay us. That's happening more. So if that hadn't happened last year, we have an extra $300,000 that we could give out in bonuses and raises. Medicare cuts for PTAs 15% starting in 2022. So every time a PTA sees a Medicare patient, we get 15% less revenue than we do if a PT sees them. Lots of places have gone to just eliminating PTAs. I still don't think that's the way to go, but it is getting tougher because, again, we're getting paid less for what we do. I want to just show you one metric that we look at a ton, and that can kind of be part of the solution in 2024. We are at 88% clinical efficiency in 2023. So that means there was about 11 or 12% that we could have improved. Doesn't seem like a lot, right? At 88% efficiency in 2023, meaning you guys know our clinical efficiency numbers. PTAs, we expect to see 67 in a week. PTs, staff PTs, which we don't really have any right now. We actually will have our first one starting this week. We expect them to be at 60, and we expect our clinical directors to be at 50 because our clinical directors have a lot of other administrative tasks they have to handle. But still 88%, it's pretty close to 100. 21 weeks last year, we were above 90%. And only 4 weeks where we at 100% or a little bit over that. So 100% clinical efficiency for 2023 would have gotten us 24,600 visits, and that would have netted us an extra almost $300,000. Doesn't seem like much, right? Just 12%, but it can have a huge impact in our bottom line. At 100% clinical efficiency, there it gives you the revenue. That would be a 20% profit margin, which is funny how close it came out to that. That's our ultimate goal. So what if we could do that? What would that look like in 2024? If you guys know about your employment agreements that you have signed, it has the bonus structure in there. You guys got a 3% bonus check this year because we were at 10% profit margin. In your old agreements, what it looks like is at 20%, you would get 8% of your total salary. We're going to change that this year in an attempt to get you guys more money because you deserve it. Coming in 2024, we're opening up Easton office in a few weeks. I know there has been not great communication communication as to what's going on there. It's happening pretty quickly. We've signed a lease last week. That was the big thing we were waiting on, and we hadn't told you guys everything about what's going on because you're busy all doing your own stuff. But we do need to do a better job of communicating that. But we're opening up a new office in Easton, which is going to be a big part of hitting these goals in 2024. There's going to be more workshop opportunities. So when you guys say, hey, we want raises and bonuses, like we said in the previous slides, it's getting harder and harder to squeeze blood out of a stone. If we're getting paid less and less for what we do, the cost of everything is going up and up. That becomes very difficult for us to make raises. What we need to do is find ways for you guys to generate more money by improved performance. And one thing that we have gone away from since the pandemic is community education and workshops. So staff doing workshops, for every initial evaluation you get from doing a workshop that you conduct, you're going to get $50 for every one of those new patients that you bring in. All of this, again, to kind of push increasing new patients, because that's where we're going to get our big bonus at the end of the year, which is going to be 20%. If we can get a 20% profit margin, here's what's going to happen. Full-time aide would get an extra $5,300. A full-time PT would get an extra $1,100. A full-time PTA would get an extra $7,800. Central administration would get an extra $6,600. So we're trying to give away 15% of your salary at the end of the year, kind of throughout the year, if we can hit this 20% profit margin. We don't have to get to 100% clinical efficiency. That extra, 11 or 12% that we were missing from last year. It's possible to do that without getting to 100% clinical efficiency, but we do have to be productive on the floor. A lot of that has to do with marketing and some other things that we're going to talk about. Here's what we're working on. So we have a new org board. This is not complete, but I'm going to show it to you guys anyway. The clinical directors and myself are working on this. This is probably going to look a little bit overwhelming when you see it, but it's split up into divisions. It's split up into departments, and then it's going to be split up into sectors. So there's lots of different areas in the organization that we have to look at. But in all organizations, there's divisions of kind of CEO or leadership. There's divisions of administration. So this is kind of the back end stuff, billing, collections, HR, that kind of stuff. There's clinical operations. So that is going to be our PTs, right? Physical therapists, what happens on the floor. And there's going to be administrative operations. So that's more patient intakes, and aides will kind of fall under kind of both of those categories, which we'll go over. And then there's marketing. So this is a document that we're going to work on and continue to roll out. Don't feel like you have to understand all of this right now, because we're going to continue to go over in your meetings. But I just wanted to give you some proof that we're listening to what you're saying, and we're working on better communication and understanding what everybody's doing. Objectives and key results. So this is a document that's probably going to be new to most of you, but it is a system for just making sure that everybody is organized when it comes to hitting the goals we want to get to. We want to have a 20% profit margin this year, so we can hand out all of that money in bonuses at the end of the year. If we're going to do that, we've got to have some strategy behind it. This is a document, again, you'll be going over this in your clinical meetings as we finish this up, but in all of our major divisions, there's going to be objectives and key results. Without getting into this, making this video like a 40-minute video, what's going to happen is everybody is going to have key actions every week. It's not that different than what you guys were doing before. Lead and lag measures, rocks, the stuff we did for the Avengers. It's not a ton different, but I've been using this in a couple of my other companies, and it's been very successful. So we're going to go over this, but every week you're going to have actions that you're going to come to your meeting, your clinical meeting inside your clinic, that you're going to come to, and you're going to have to say, yes, they're done, or no, they are not. So that's going to be an important part of hitting these goals in 2024. New marketing calendar. So if we're going to increase our visits, we're going to need to increase our initial evaluations. And you guys won't have a ton of contact with this. This will be more of the marketing division, but I just want to show you how this is organized. You guys know our major marketing buckets, or at least you should. Our patients come from past patients, general public, friends and family referrals, physician referrals, SEO. So that's our website, even like Google AdWords, like people searching us online, work comp, and corporate wellness. So those are kind of the 6 major buckets that we have. General public, that's going to be kind of more the Facebook stuff that we're doing now and some of our paid advertising. But every week, marketing is going to have kind of similar thing, objectives and key results that they're going to have to knock out in order to hit the numbers that we want to hit. Your leadership team thinks you can do this. And we sat down and wrote the numbers, and without getting into too much detail on, visits and initial evaluations and all that stuff right now, I just wanted to give you guys kind of a summary of what happened over the weekend and how excited myself and Amanda and our leadership team is about 2024. It's an opportunity to make a huge jump in what we do and to help more people. All of you guys believe in physical therapy. You believe that physical therapy is not the same everywhere, and that if there was more Robbins rehabilitation around, that people would be healthier and get better results in physical therapy, and it would be a more powerful way to help the members of our community. So all of that is wrapped into all the things that you said in your surveys and all the things that we worked really hard on over the weekend. None of this is guaranteed. We have to take action on all this stuff. It has to come from the top down and your leadership team guiding you and helping you out and coaching you. And I think that if we can focus and get organized and improve our communication, all the things that you guys said to us in your surveys, I think it's going to be an amazing year, and we're going to be celebrating a really big year at the end of 2024. Thanks for all of you guys that are here with us and are ready to go on this journey. It's going to be an exciting year, and I'll talk to you guys soon.